Now, you
Hmm.
talk about helping people overcoming roadblocks to live more fulfilled lives. Could you actually go ahead and give an example of a common roadblock and how your coaching actually addresses it?
Sure. A very common roadblock is, self-doubt and limiting beliefs. People, they want to do something, they know they would like to do it, but they don't think they're capable. So a little bit of an imposter syndrome, but even more, they have these limiting beliefs and self-doubts that stem from something that happened earlier in their life, an experience, or, for me, I had them from when I was younger. I don't know if I was bullied per se, but I was definitely made fun of because I was chubby and I was smart and I had a rhyming, my name used to rhyme and I had bad hair. So they used to call me Two Ton Tori because my name was Lori Tori,
Oh,
which is a
no.
horrible nickname when you're like 10
Yeah.
years old.
Right?
And I kind of ignored it, but I realized that even when I started working and started my own business, that I realized I'm still thinking about, I'm caring about what people think about me. I'm
Mhm.
thinking, am I not good enough? I'm thinking, do they not like me? And that was my limiting belief that, people weren't going to like me. They were going to make fun of me. That I was going to be not popular, not, and I had to let it go. And that's what I help my clients do is figure out what is holding them back, whether it's, limiting belief and self-doubt is a big one. Fear is another one. And then I help them release it. I actually have, a process, you know, both a training class and then actually a one-on-one coaching breakthrough where we work with both the training class works a lot with the conscious mind on showing you why you think this way and what it is. And then in the breakthrough part, we actually work with the unconscious mind. And then by integrating the two together, the conscious mind figures out consciously what are these issues, why do I have them, where do they come from, and then the unconscious mind, you actually let go and release all those things that are holding you back and change how your mind thinks, replace the things that are holding you back with new beliefs that are going to move you forward.
Yeah, I remember growing up and I always thought I was fat, ugly, not worthy. And I had so many limited beliefs because of the conditioning. Like school was harsh. Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
got even made fun of too. And got
Yeah,
to a
and
point
kids are
where, yeah,
cruel.
aren't they? They're mean. I'm like, man, I'm thinking about my kids. Are they kind in school now or what's going on? But so far, so good. I don't know. And I'm making sure you're not the one being bullied. No, but they're not. They have kind hearts. They wouldn't. Now, given your expertise and experience in chemical engineering industry, how do you actually integrate your technical background into your coaching and speaking engagements?
Yeah, it's actually interesting because one of the things I do like to I work with women and men, but people a lot in a technical background because you know, a lot of technical people are very logical. They think in scientific terms and really much more, one side of the brain. They don't think about things like how your language has power and, quantum energy shifts and quantum physics even though there's some science behind it. But what's really interesting is I've been able to integrate the two because in some ways, they're very related. Like I was teaching a class yesterday and we were talking about how we do a root cause analysis and you go back to your childhood, and you figure out when did you first start feeling this and where did it come from and what caused it. And you find kind of what the root cause is, what you didn't get, when you were younger, that's causing you to have these issues now. And one of the people in the class was an engineer, and he's like, oh, it's kind of like when we have a plant that has a problem and we have to go figure out what the root cause is. And I was like, exactly. So, a lot of the things we're doing, engineers and technical people did do these on equipment or on plants.
Mm.
They do root cause analysis. They do some of the different training, trying to figure out what the issue is. They do look at, all the different why these are happening and ask. They have a part where they ask like the five whys. So it's actually, you know, not as different as it is. And I think part of it, because I was an engineer, and yet I do believe in, energy releases, holistic healing, that the law of attraction, and that we really do create our own reality. coming from an engineer, it almost gives it more credibility and makes it more believable to those people. So I've integrated the two in a way that I think, if I believe it, well, I have a PhD in chemical engineering. So if I believe it, it must be true in some ways.
Yeah, and then also the dopamine and the serotonin, how to release that so we get
Right.
those
Yeah.
happy, happy chemicals coming out of our bodies.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there really is a lot of science in the non-scientific fields, and I mean it makes sense, just the neurological pathways that our brain creates when we're trying to think one way versus another, and yeah, the chemicals. I mean, definitely.
Yeah.